Okay, first thing I would do is write the problem slightly differently. I would write y equals -1 multiplied by x to the -9. By doing that, you will save yourself a lot of mistakes. Like literally just writing the -1 really, really helps. Because my first step here is I'm going to use the multiplying constant rule. The multiplying constant rule is really easy. Don't worry about quoting the rule. Just look up here and say I have -1 multiplied by, again, something. -1 is multiplied by some function. So that means that multiplying constant rule allows you to simply pull the multiplying constant out of the derivative. So I would write this as my second line, just using the multiplying constant rule. Question? Next step, just use the power rule. So I have the -1. Power rule says I bring down the -9. I multiply by what was being raised to a power, that's x. I change the exponent by decreasing the exponent by 1. My last step is to have d over dx of whatever was being raised to the power, that's x, like that. I can show more detail if you need it. You just have to tell me, hey, I need to see more details. So, like, if you need me to post the rule, I can go paste that up on the board to help you if anybody needs it. Still like putting you to sleep. Okay. We're pretty much done. Just need to recognize the factors. This is -1 multiplied by -9 multiplied by x to the -10. So you combine the factors however is convenient. -1 multiplied by -9 is simply 9. X to the -10. And all they did was move that x to the -10 to the denominator. Remember, the 9 doesn't move because the 9 is just a multiplier. So they did that. So this is that one. Questions? Please, Caleb.
If this wasn't a multiple choice test, if you just left it at 9x to the -10, would that be wrong?
So, hold on. Take it from Michaela. Everybody look at the board. Everybody. As we won't practice the written portion of the test until about January. I found it better to start with multiple choice. But when we do the written portion of the test, you don't have to do any algebraic simplification. So I will strongly emphasize that on a written test, you stop there for sure. Like, there's no reason to go further. All you do is risk making a mistake that they'll take away the point. So just stop there. Next, please.
Would you use the quotient rule for this problem?
Absolutely. So you could have started by saying y equals.
Hi, Mr. Smith.
Oh, the mask is killing me.
Oh.
Oh, no, I gotta get out of that.
I also got a haircut, so it's okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, you're okay.
Yes, you did get a haircut. It's really good to see you. So the name is, I know exactly who you are, and I remember your brother and everything, and now it's just maybe.
You're okay. I'm Hannah.
That's it, yeah. Good to see you. Your hair color is also a little different.
Yeah, it's a little bit lighter.
Yeah, looks good.
Thank you.
Thanks for saying hi. It's really good to see
Good to see
you.
you.
Clancy, there we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, you can do this in there. You can say -1 divided by x to the 9th, and then just use the quotient rule. And if you're good at the quotient rule, it goes fast. Like, watch how quick I can do it. Y prime, I got 10 seconds. It's the bottom times the derivative of the top, but the top's derivative is 0. Minus the top times the derivative of the bottom. That's just going to be 9x to the 8. All divided by the bottom squared. Like that. Oh, not to the 10th. Hold on. The bell messed me up. The bottom squared. And then you just say, okay, negative times negative is positive. So I have 9x to the 8 divided by x to the 18th. That's the same thing. So that's 9 over x to the 10th. So either way, is that what you meant, Nick?
Yep.
Yep. First one.
Just one last.
Yeah, please.
I think everyone else
You're good. Yeah, you can go.
So how'd you get the 9x to an 8?
Oh, right here.
Derivative of.
No worries. So, in my head,
I had it set up on my paper,
you're good.
but it just didn't, I got stuck at that step.
So using the quotient rule, quotient rule says, let me copy it. We got the deal, you'll help us.
Good, how are you doing? Good.
I don't have it on this here. So the quotient rule says I need to take the bottom, multiply by the derivative of the top. If the top is 0, I get this. You're good? Awesome. Subtract the top, multiplied by d dx of the bottom. So the part I'm doing in my head is this. I'm saying I need d over dx. I need d over dx of the bottom. Okay, there?
Yep.
Power rule says you got something to a number. You bring down the number, multiply by the something, change the exponent to 1 less, multiply by d over dx of the something. You see it?
Yeah.
That's where the 9x to the 8 came from.
Okay. Yep, I get that.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Got it, Nick. Well done.
I have a question
Please.
too. On, it could work for this one too, but on the last one,
You
like,
stop the video here one second.